Welcome to another episode of Swing the Sticks. Today we have none other than Jebimaster. It has been a heck of a long time. We've been diagnosing some audio-visual issues here for the past 20 minutes, but we both, whether it was intentional or not, held off in pleasantries to this point. It is great to hear, great to talk to you, man. It has been far too long. Yeah, hello. How you been?
I've been well, man. Nothing major, just grinding at Target. Other than that, man, I go to work. I come home. Been playing a lot of Warzone. That's about it. That is
Yeah,
my life.
yeah.
That is my life.
Sometimes it's the simple things, and like a round of golf every once in a while. That's kind of and I just hit ready whenever you're ready, of course. The simple things like that make for enjoyment in life, right? And I think we share a lot of the same common interests. And golf is what brought us together in the first place. Football, as I see you rocking the what is the Commanders these days? Football team,
Yeah,
whatever they
these
may
days.
be. Football is certainly another, but golf brought us together in the first place. Today, by the way, let me give you a breakdown of what we're playing. We're playing Arctic Fury's brand new course that was just released yesterday, I believe. So I don't know if you've had the chance to play
Okay.
this yet, but
No.
he is one of the top designers in this game, and I'm very excited to play it. And what I've been doing on the series thus far is we've dialed back the difficulty, pro swing settings, and together we're trying to have a best ball score. And I think hopefully we can try to break 60 here. Usually he doesn't have anything overly challenging, but one of us can hopefully make a birdie on each hole, or a decent amount of them anyways. But yeah, let's explore this one together and
All right.
catch up on things. So yeah,
I
so what else is new
honestly
your
don't
way?
play a lot of golf.
No, but do you
Um,
still get out on the
I,
course in real life?
I do. I actually wanted to try to play today. There was a dude at work that was asking me to play.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but maybe like a month or so ago, I ended up like jacking my ankle up.
Mm.
So like it'll be fine, but if I like work out or do anything on it, it's like throughout the day will start hurting.
Sure. Okay.
So I actually have an appointment on Wednesday to go to the foot doctor because no, it just is a bummer. Like I
Somehow
can
you're
I can
away.
walk, it's fine, but I will I haven't been able to like work out or do anything on it.
That's how you know we're getting old. Is we got to go to these specialists, right? I mean, I go to a chiropractor. I'm
Yeah.
seeing my chiropractor tomorrow for my neck and back, and it's life hits you quick. But other than that,
Real quick. Real quick.
you know, other than the medical issues, it seems like all is well. Just like chipping away, and one of the passions that we certainly have together. And it seems like a very obvious question, but I've never asked you this before. Your username on Twitch, and that's what I've been going by for everyone on here. And it's Jebimaster. Is that a spin? Like, is your name Jebediah? Is that like an actual like spinoff? Or like, where did that come from? I know it's Star Wars related or spun towards.
Um, no, my name is actually Jason,
Okay.
but my initials are Jeb. So
Ah.
um, it comes honestly from playing video games. Um, Back at the arcade, you play and you put your initials in, and it would be Jeb,
So
and I
yeah,
would
yeah,
just
you just do that all the time, and you just muscle memory, and when
so
the
usually from when I'm playing video games, I would always put in Jet. Oh Jesus, where did that?
Come back.
Oh, at least it's
Hit
coming
the
back.
ridge.
At least it's
Oh.
coming back a little bit. Um, so mainly when I started playing Halo,
Ooh.
a group of us, we'd get together, we'd have like LAN parties.
Those
So
are the
then
days.
when we were playing, I would just, for video games, I would always just put Jeb in.
Yeah. 2 letters
So
shorter
from
than
there,
Jason.
people were just like, hey, Jeb, easy call out. You gonna turn? You gonna turn?
Oh.
No.
Now, what was your go-to game growing up? Were you like big into the actual arcade games as you mentioned, or was it more introduction around the Microsoft Xbox time and the Halo series?
Oh, growing up, we would we had a couple Ataris. We had 2600, 5200. So we would play that. We got a Nintendo. I'm the youngest of five. I got a Nintendo for Christmas, regular NES. My older brothers quickly took that over,
Mm-hmm.
and we would play there. We actually didn't have a lot of games,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's where my ability to, like, I didn't play a lot of games. We played, and I would say we played the games we had a lot.
Got it. Yep.
So we would we would run through games. Like there'd be some people at school that were like, "We got this new game and we got this new game," and I'm like, "Cool."
Yep. Not me. I'm
I don't
playing
even have
Super
to.
Mario the 3,000th time.
But honestly, when we were kids, excuse me, we spent more time outside.
Yeah.
So not having every new game that came out was fine. And then uh, playing with siblings, you weren't playing the whole time, but you were watching people play. So that was always like,
Sure.
even if we weren't playing, so the whole time I wasn't playing. But like I said, more that was more early morning weekends were video games, or later in the evening before we went to bed. We really didn't spend a week all day playing video games.
Yeah, it's
We
crazy
were
how
we
much
were
it's
out we were an
changed.
outside family.
Now it's just, people become so consumed, and it's not just like kids, it's, adults and, all age groups. It's just, there's the wealth of content that is available. Not that there wasn't then, but it's just astronomically higher now with the internet and ease of access. Don't even need to get off your couch to buy a game. um oh, did that really not break? Oh, there it goes. Okay. um it changes so much, and it'll be interesting to see how that develops even further. I mean, we have the early stages of, what is it called? The 3D, the goggles. Do you have an Oculus or anything like that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm scared to get involved in that, and I know some people have raved about the. Don't worry, I'm already in for Bird here. Uh, the
Okay.
golf series being good, and if it actually is good, that'd be cool because you can practice your swing virtually. Although I still find it hard to believe that it would be. Uh,
Comparable to.
yes, exactly, and like, could it actually help my swing? I don't really know. So I'm
Sometimes I have
worried
a
it
hard
would
time. I mean,
mess up my swing.
I know a lot of people talk about them, but
Oh, that's right on
I've never
track.
hit like on one of those like virtual, like the big sheet
The simulators.
where people just like, yeah, the simulators where I'm like, Is that even
Those I've
accurate? I don't know, because there's
those I've
like,
gotten used to. I have gone a lot. I've taken lessons, and at this point, I've really fine tuned my swing where I know what my swing is, and some of them are a little bit better than others. And is it the end all be all? No. Like, I much prefer being at an actual driving range, but having the metrics and knowing, okay, yes, I flew this shot 165 and it rolled out to 175. Like, the ultimate is just having those data metrics while you're on an outdoor range, which some
oh,
courses do have
another
now.
way.
They kind of have like the TrackMan all set up for you. But let's see if I can just get out of this bunker. All right, good. Had a layup here. So you're obviously on the West Coast now, right? So whereabouts are you? Near LA or?
No, I am in the middle. We
Okay.
are Central California.
Central California. What brought you out
We're
there? Because you were DC originally, Virginia.
yeah, I grew up in Northern Virginia. It was just like a mile outside of DC.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when my parents split up, there's a big Navy base right out here.
Okay. Yeah.
So my aunt was in the Navy. She lived out here. She lived out here for years because even when I was like little in like kindergarten, we came and visited them out here. And it was funny because I didn't even realize this is where we were at when we visited them.
Sure.
I didn't find that out until like years after living here.
Yeah. Yeah. It
They
was
were
just a
like,
trip to your aunt's house. It
uh,
wasn't necessarily, this specific spot.
yeah, but also it was like I was 5 years
Hmm.
old, 6 years old. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really know. I knew we were in California, but I didn't know we were here.
Sure. And good luck trying to get a 5-year-old to understand where California is on a map and understand how far away or how close it may be to where you're coming from. Get in there. Oh, almost.
That's what I mean. We actually took. It was like six of us. My mom and all the kids took a. We took the bus out here to visit my grandparents, or at least my granddad.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Really from Virginia to LA, you took a bus.
yeah, and that's another thing is that was one reason I was glad I was so young is I don't remember the bus ride. I didn't
Yeah,
have
maybe you
to.
slept through it.
I don't have that painful memory.
I'd need a Game Boy for it at that age. I mean, maybe
There was no Game Boy.
yeah, yeah, that's tough. But I mean, yeah, if you don't remember it, I guess that's good. So are you a little bit of the world
I
traveler?
remember bits and pieces. I remember bits and pieces um of the trip, but I don't remember like a lot of it.
Okay.
I am not a world traveler. I've been outside of the United States once, and that was to go to Canada for a few hours.
For a few hours.
Yeah, my sister was in the army and she was stationed in upstate New York. And when we were there visiting her, my dad was like, well, I'm going to go up to this casino. And I was like, well, hell, I'll just roll with you. So we drove up to this casino in Canada for a few hours and then came back. That was
Yeah,
the
that's
only time
Canada
I
in a nutshell.
left the United States. Yeah, I heard a Canadian say A, scratched that off my bucket list, and I moved on. It was like an A in the wild.
Yep.
There's a place called Thousand Island Casino,
Mm-hmm.
and they have like this big picture of all the islands that they're around, and they have like a waterfall that flows behind it.
Okay.
And we are like, hey, can you take our picture in front of this? And he's like, that's a nice place to take a picture, eh? And I was like,
Check that off. drain it? Gonna drain
Get in
it?
there.
Oh, Jeb, what a putt. There we go. I don't have
Oh
a
my
gimme over
gosh.
here. Needed you.
I did my part, guys. I did my part.
Oh, I left it short too. Spawn did his part yesterday. So we're filming this the day after the U.S. Open. Are you do you follow the PGA Tour in the events at all, or the majors at least,
I
or
not. I will catch like highlights or something.
yeah?
But I don't really watch golf.
But you play it, and it's mainly because of like the social aspect, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think the game is fun,
Mm.
but like I've just never gotten into. Like I know some names. I just don't. I'm more of a like. Well, we don't have. Well, I guess I have ESPN on my. I guess I can watch it because I have the bundle.
Oh yeah.
But we got rid of our cable, so I used to just sit and watch
Turn. Ugh.
like ESPN or Sports Center and just go through there.
Sure.
But now I guess I could pull it up on my tablet and watch it. But I was always more of a I really liked watching the MLB. I liked watching Quick Pitch, going through all the games of the day. Um, but I haven't done that in a while either. So now I just mainly follow my teams. I'll watch the highlights of the Orioles games. We've been struggling getting back now that we got some people coming back from IR. So
Yeah, the Red Sox just decided to give away Rafael Devers for a bag of balls. They continue to make some brilliant trades. It's unbelievable. The second they get a kid up in their farm system that starts doing good, they're like, yeah, let's cut ties. They did it with Bogarts. They did it with Betts. They did. I mean, Sale wasn't through the farm system, but like they cut ties with Sale early. It's just like they cut ties with all these guys early, as opposed to, God forbid, you keep these guys around on the team.
see, our problem is we can't get pitching,
Yeah.
and I don't follow a lot of the inner workings. So then, like when they made the whole renovation to the left field wall, they were like, well, it's because of pitching. Like pitchers will see the numbers of home runs hit, and they don't want to come here because they don't want to be giving up that many home runs. So that's why they pushed that whole left wall back.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's the numbers or if it's just the unwillingness to just pay for them. How is that
No,
short? I
I
was like barely under that circle line. Whatever.
I think I got this one. Feel good about this putt. I'll actually be down in Camden later this year. Get in there. Beautiful.
Nice
In September, I'm going on a bachelor party to Baltimore area. We're going to a couple golf courses in the area that a buddy from Maryland. We went on his bachelor party to Ocean City, and we went to a few courses several years ago. And now another kid who was on
I
that
think I
trip
remember
is getting
that.
married. Yep. And we're going to a couple of the same ones. So when we first went, we went to Links at Lighthouse Sound, which is near Ocean City. We went to Bully Rock, and then also Whiskey Creek. So this time around, we'll be doing the latter two. We're not going to be going towards the Ocean City area, but Bully Rock, a famous Pete Dye course, and then Whiskey Creek is another great one. But we're also going to try to catch an Orioles game, and who knows? Tickets could be dirt cheap if they're playing the Pirates, and both teams absolutely stink. So, and it'll just be a fun afternoon. I think it's an afternoon game, and
Well, I'm not gonna say we stink. Those are his words. I'm just gonna say we're not doing so great.
Are they? I know the Red Sox were climbing, and they're just a game or two above 500 now. The Orioles even near 500 at this point, or
They could be there
I'll
around 500. Let me check.
I'll check while you tee off. Let's see here. Standings 30 and 40, 10 below. Good grief. Well, and the Pirates are 15 games below 500, so they could be a combined 50 games below 500 by the time I see them. There's a giant Christmas tree in your way there, Jeb.
Hey, I'm in the spirit.
Now, you said you went across country when you were 5. Like, were you saying you moved out there when you were 5?
No.
That was just the original
we
trips.
Came across,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 13.
Okay.
I was 13 when we moved out here.
And no turning back.
So
just
like
enjoyed it.
Yeah, end of 8th grade. Well, I don't know if I enjoyed it.
Fair enough.
I
grew accustomed to it.
Yeah.
That's not going to be good.
I would say really the only thing I don't miss. Oh,
I thought I was going to get a real lucky bounce for a minute.
The only thing that I don't miss is humidity.
Yeah.
There's just so much dry heat out here that, I mean, is it hot? Yeah. Does it bother me? Not really.
Yeah, the humidity is just horrendous when it gets really up there. It's like 99% humidity and it's like 85 degrees out. The real feel is like 110.
Yeah. But it's worse than that because you can't even feel yourself. You know what I mean? Like you just get.
Yeah. It's nasty.
I went back a few years ago. And so oh no.
Uh-oh. Camera down.
I'm back.
We didn't lose you.
My brother, my dad, my 2 brothers and my dad are all they all have August birthdays. So it's the literal 8th, 9th, and 10th of August.
Mm-hmm. What are the odds of that?
So I went back 365 to 1.
Yeah. Well, the 3 in a row though.
Oh, that's not.
Do you ever? Sorry to interrupt your story. You ever hear that like birthday math? Like you get like 25 people in the room, and there's actually like a 50-50 shot that someone has the same birthday. There's some like weird like way the math works out like that. Like I'm a math and numbers guy, but it's just bizarre to me that I don't know what the stat is. But anyways, yeah, go ahead.
So I went and played a round of golf with my brother.
Yep.
And it's middle of August or middle August, and it's just hot and humid. And we got done and then we drove to a restaurant to go eat. And I probably wasn't cool. My body probably wasn't cooled down until 30 minutes into eating, and this is like after a 30-40 minute drive, like just with AC blaring. Because a lot of people don't know, like humidity tricks your body. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the science behind it, but I know humidity tricks your body into not being able to sweat properly. So you hold on to that heat, all that heat that sweating is supposed to release.
Is that so?
So you feel hotter.
I did not know that. I always related to like I have breathing difficulties. It's always weird breathing, but I'm sure it's all kind of related.
So Yeah, it's like, man, I did not miss this at all. One iota. I will be out in 115 dry heat, no problem. Like as soon as it was starting to hit 80, people at work were like, "It's hot," and I was like, "Man, it is."
Mm-hmm.
I love when people tell me it's hot because the only thing I say is it could be hotter.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this.
Ooh, that was tasty. That
Now,
took a
what is
real
this
nice
on your
bounce.
ball?
What's
What does
that?
your ball have on?
It's got some sort of
What does your
hat,
ball
the
have on?
Malbon hat,
Okay.
the goofy Malbon one. This course is sweet, by the way. I love the trees and landscape. I mean, he always does a fantastic job. So you've been out there since, huh? Just
Yeah.
any, and you're working at Target these days?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How long you been there?
3 years. A
Yeah.
little over 3 years. Um, do I like it? It's all right.
Yeah.
Am
Pays
I
the.
too lazy to go look for another job? Yes. I like this job. I mean, I like the people I work with. There's some. I mean, it's a corporation.
Yes.
They're going to be about the. They're a big corporation, so they're going to be about their bottom line first and foremost. They're not going to give a shit about you.
Correct. You're just a number in their eyes. It's difficult when you get that you're like that deep into, or it's that big of a corporation because they like truly like almost
You're
every single
truly a
person
cog.
is just replaceable. Oh my goodness, I yanked that.
Wow.
Rot roll. I've worked for
If only I
big
was
and
better, I'd be able
small, so I know. I worked at Putnam Investments, which was pretty massive, not Target size, but I mean massive enough that they don't care. And then I worked for a small software company of like 75, 80 people, and you were much more valued there. However, just the environment and climate so different. Like
Yeah, because once you get smaller, then it's like, well, you're more important, but that like they don't have the ability to offer you the big stuff. Like if you're going to take vacation or take time off, like that could be a hit to them,
right,
and not like a hit like, oh my God, you're going to put us under, but not having somebody at work for a week or two for a smaller corporation or company is like,
it's
well,
detrimental. Yeah.
'cause when I did pools, there was 20, 30 of us. You had the deck crew, and then but as far as like people who did pools,
Mm-hmm.
like cleaning pools, there was only like two, maybe three of us. So like if I took time off, I'm gonna be gone Thursday and Friday. Okay, well I gotta bust most of my pools out Monday through Tuesday or Monday through Wednesday. So I got to like do more work just to get time off.
I know. It stinks. I mean, you're
Um,
valued that much more. It's tough when you're, to make those career choices. But then you get in your position, right? And you are less valued, but your benefits are far more valued in your own personal life. Like, yeah, I can easily take a week off because I have it built up, accrued, and that's like the laws or the rules, and that's how it's going to go, and that's how I'm going to use it. And no one's going to really say anything.
yeah. But then being like a smaller corporation, they didn't have to like offer a lot of the stuff that big companies have. Like it really wasn't until I started at Target that even then, because like Target, unless you're like a higher up,
Mm-hmm.
you're not full time.
Sure.
Technically, everybody at Target is hired at part time.
Gotcha.
So they don't have like, because I don't know what the laws are everywhere. I assume they're around the same, but I think in California, if you're hired as full time, you have to at least have like 32 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so with part time, they're like, well, we can give you what we want to give you.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't until then where they had to like, only at some corporations, only full time people would get turn.
Oh,
Damn,
almost.
dude. I feel like these things are so fast. I have to pull them back so much to take speed off of them.
These greens are
The
mean.
initial the initial read
Go in.
in this game, get in there.
All right.
Fuck yeah. Um that like they just were offering benefits and stuff to part-time.
Wow, I left that way short.
So, like as far as like, cleaning pools, we started doing like they had a time clock. They started getting a time clock. But even then, I think I was the only one that would. Like as far
Mm-hmm.
as like holidays and stuff like that, we just didn't work. So there was a place that you didn't work, you didn't get paid. But I'd worked for them for so long, I just started writing it in. I'm like, you know, 4th of July, 8 hours or whatever. I would just start putting it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, and I didn't say anything to anybody. I would just write it in and he would pay it.
Good
And it
drive
was kind
apart
of
for
like
you.
if you're not going to say anything, I'm not going to say anything.
Right.
I'm not going to.
Ugh. Just hung up in the rough.
But at least this place.
You have any other fun jobs in your past? You were doing pools for a while?
I cleaned pools for quite a bit. I've done a lot of stuff.
The old jack of all trades.
Uh,
Uh-oh.
uh oh, I got a clear shot. I usually don't. I just recently started playing with the swing bias on. I'm
Okay.
honestly not a fan of the swing bias.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I understand it. It's just um I know we're playing a simulator,
Oh, I
but
just
we're also
realized
playing
we're
a
on
video
different pins, but that's all right.
game. Are we?
Yeah, I don't know why it took me the ninth hole to realize that. Maybe the first few were like somewhat close, but you were way down to the right, and I'm up above the ridge right now.
Oh, I don't even think I realized it. Um, yeah, you got me on freaking like Sunday pins or what?
Yeah,
Jesus
I know.
Christ, dude.
I threw you on the tough pins. That's why you're struggling a little.
No. I like the swing bias if I'm on a hill. I understand that, but to me, it's everybody's swing is their swing.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I think that should be straight down and up.
Yeah, if you want that, it should almost be an option, and you can have these other bias or something like that, perhaps. But I get that.
So when I play, well, my main thing is I'm gonna build my character up. I will play with the swing bias because I plan on doing the TGC.
Right.
I just wanted to get my guy built up first because I'm not gonna play swing bias with a guy who sucks. My guy, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm not gonna put a hat on a hat.
Now I gotta ask because it's staring at me in the face in the background there. What's the picture of yourself up by next to the window?
COVID. Yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There
Sorry,
it is.
During COVID, that was the Legend of Taylor Heineke. We made it
Ah.
to the playoffs, but nobody could go to the playoff game, so you could pay for your picture to be
Oh, right. I
in the
recall that.
stand. And then after it was over, they were like, "Do you want us to send it to you?" And I said, "Yes." I think they have like a little meet and greet that you could go to if you lived in the area. It was like I think you could drive up. I don't want to say it was a meet and greet because COVID was going on.
Sure.
Um, but you could show up, pick it up, or you could, I think you had to like pay like a few dollars to have it sent to you. But they sent like a towel with it.
That's pretty cool.
So I got like a commander's little towel, like a little, I guess,
You
so
you got to be encouraged about their future for the first time in a long time with the ownership change, and now you got your franchise quarterback. You got a few pieces going in
yes.
place. Although Debo
This is,
Samuel looks
I
like he's
mean,
about to be a tight end.
hey man, uh, I
He's not
hope
the
that
biggest piece of the
it's
puzzle
one of
though,
those things
so
where I know, but it's one of those things where like when people come over, like when somebody's like, "Hey, this guy's been not really causing trouble, but kind of being diva-ish."
sure.
Oh, that is coming right through, huh? Turn.
Oh wow, this is
Nope,
a
nope, even worse.
diabolical pin.
I'll just sit up in front of it.
Go for that.
Hopefully it's not one of those like, hey, especially when your team picks him up, you're like, hey, this guy's causing trouble. And I don't think he was causing like a lot. I didn't really pay attention to him too much.
Yeah, he's
But
just
I
looking
know
a little
I think,
thick.
didn't he
That's
like
all.
hold out for a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it could be the opposite end. Like the Patriots team I root for, they got Diggs now, and he's out on uh, on yachts with his girl Cardi B and passing around joints or whatever. So I mean, it's definitely not the
Hey,
public perception you're looking for. But I honestly think it's going to be completely fine for him. But you never really know. How do I play this? Ugh. All right.
Diggs be staying out partying.
Mm-hmm. I love Diggs too, so I have high hopes for him. But we'll see. We'll see. The new
You know,
regime is here in New England. We got the new quarterback, or second year quarterback now, and Vrabel's here, and they got some talent. They just got a nice rookie running back from Ohio State, Travion Henderson. So I'm feeling good about that. So offensive lineman, which they desperately needed, and Will Campbell. So lot of pieces falling in the right places, but at the end of the day, they're gonna have to take down Josh Allen. So, trending in the right direction at the very least. So,
yeah, same. Especially after that Detroit game last year. Oh man, talk about being on a high. And talk about being on a high after that.
let's take a quick
Because
peek at.
nobody was looking at us. They were like, oh, these guys are done.
Right.
But
Damn
we
it.
still have the Eagles in our
Right.
division, so we got to deal with them.
All right, we're 6 under through 10. I think it was a par 72. I did not check. Par 72. We need to get to 13 under, so we're a little behind pace here. We need a birdie 7 out of the last 8 to hit our number. We do have one par 5 left, so there is There is hope, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Yeah, I mean, being in the division with the Eagles is not going to be a cakewalk, that's for
It's
sure.
not ideal.
No.
That's not ideal. And especially, and I don't know. I don't know what it is, but this whole like, it might be a little bit different now, but um, I don't understand how for them it always comes down to the fucking uh, butt plug or whatever they call it, tush push.
Yeah, the tush push. I know. It's eventually going to run its course. I
The
mean, like
brotherly
Saquon
shove.
Barkley's going to age, and so is Jalen Hurts. But for the time being, I don't feel like its end is in near sight. I mean, Kelsey's
But I
obviously
feel like
gone,
they've
but
been
it
doing
didn't
it for like
matter.
a couple years. Yeah. Um,
That was the play. I was
but it all
too scared. Good shot.
it always seems to just come down to that play for them, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like I, I don't know how you always end up with a 4th and 1. We've stopped it a couple times, and then even still, even when they were like, they kept doing it, and Frankie Louvu kept jumping over, and they were like, if you just keep jumping over, we're just gonna award them a touchdown, and it's like, I don't know, tell them to quit playing. It's like, you know how when somebody plays on Madden and they're just like, I'm
Right.
just gonna play this one, do this
Play
one play
over and
over and
over.
over and over and over again.
Yeah, I know. It is weird, and it's tough to like outlaw because like no one else really can replicate it. And I don't know. It seems like almost against the spirit of the game, if you will. You know, it's like you're not actually running a play. But I mean, you could say the same thing about when they initiated the QB sneak, and you know it was so effective for Brady all those years. But teams at least adapted and were able to stop that over time. So you'd like to think that defenses can overcorrect, but I think the offense just has too much of an upper hand with that split second faster advantage, you know? Oh. Now, one of the things we've always talked about over the years and definitely share common interest in is our fandom. I mean, I've been slacking as of late, but for Marvel and Star Wars and that sort of thing, are you still super tuned in with everything going on, and also like Survivor and some of the game shows and everything like that?
Um, I'm in on it all.
Yep.
Really, honestly, we don't. So she works early mornings to like midday, and most of the time when I'm work, it's like midday to night. So we don't get a lot of the time to, like, if we were gonna go to the movies to go see movies.
Sure.
But if it's a Marvel movie coming out, I'm there, and it's one of those like, look, if you go, you go. If you don't, I'm going,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
because I'm, especially with that, like, I hate when people are like a week, especially when it's like 2 weeks out and they've just told you some story about how they did nothing or did something this weekend. And then you're like, oh yeah, this movie. You start talking to them about the movie, and they're like, hey, I haven't seen it yet. And you're like, yeah, but you also just told a story about how you had time to go watch it.
Right.
And
Yeah,
it's like, I'm
it's
not changing my. I want to talk about the movie I saw.
right.
So, ooh, am I going over here? Is this what I need to do?
Heck, after Endgame, like you couldn't even be a few hours after Endgame. We were already like seeing spoilers online. You know, like forget it if it's a big
Yeah.
one like that. I mean, obviously there's, you know, more of these niche movies and shows that you can definitely get away with for a little while with avoiding spoilers. But if you're following stuff on social media, it's so difficult not to engage in whatever. Like my wife, she's super into and got me into Survivor, and um, I very much enjoy the show, but it like she's like super like we always record it and like typically we'll watch it the same night, but sometimes like just you know stuff comes up and we can't watch it that night, and like sometimes it might be 2 nights and it's like oh by that time like she's seeing stuff on her phone and it's like oh god,
Oh
the end
yeah.
of the world, you know who's gonna get voted out and
Yeah,
everything.
you gotta stay off Twitter. I feel like Twitter's the worst for Survivor, but also there's been times like look, I know that you want to get this information out. You have to be the first to talk about it. Because if you wait thinking like, well, I don't want to spoil it for somebody,
Right.
then I'm going to be late. Everybody's going to have watched, B's podcast or B's YouTube channel. So I have to be A and put it
Mm-hmm.
out. But also, like, there's been times where both her and I have seen, like, we watch The Masked Singer,
Yep.
and it'll be like I've seen news articles where the headline is Kilbride unmasked on this week's episode. And it's like, why is that the headline?
Right. Yeah. Like there's no
Why would
opportunity
you
to
put
avoid the spoiler. It's like you're spoiling it in the headline.
like I could understand even it's kind of even a spoiler even if you were like, ooh, the scorpion was voted off. And you'd be like, okay, I know that the scorpion got voted off. That sucks. But at least I don't know who it was, and I still have the opportunity to.
Right.
And I will say that that's one thing. Another thing I don't like is because we would usually watch The Masked Singer like a day or so later,
Mm-hmm.
just like you guys with Survivor.
Sure.
Um, we because we'd watch that together, and so and it's also one of those things like if I get a spoiler for it, it sucks, but I'm
Damn.
also not too worried about it,
Sure. Yeah. It's
Where as
not
far
gonna.
as like Survivor, I don't want that spoiled for me.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
because I feel like on Survivor, like that's the most important part. Like that's the only thing,
Correct.
at least with the Masked Singer, you have the performances, you can hear how good they are, whatever. But with Survivor, it's just who got voted out.
Right.
So I we always try to watch Survivor um that day.
Mm-hmm.
But like even on like the Masked Singer, I was thinking they'll give you clues. And I'm like, oh, you know what? That sounds like this person, or that sounds like this person. And then I would start to go to look up that person to be like, ooh, do they have like a kid, or did they live in a trailer park? Let me see.
Right.
But then I thought, well, no, I can't look it up because if it is them, it's gonna come up and be like, this person revealed on the Masked Singer.
Oh, that's
So
true
then it
too.
like, and then I was like, well, now I can't even have fun.
Yeah.
Like I
Oh
can't even
God.
be a part of the game. I don't know what to do here.
Yeah. Downhill, downwind. It's a little tricky one. Assuming you have the same wind as I do. I know you don't have the same pin.
I got 13-mile-an-hour wind
Oh yeah,
going.
and downhill
I
with
don't
a
know, right
wedge,
or
but
up and to the left.
God bless. I must say the views from these tee boxes are just something else.
Are
Get a
are
big bounce.
stunning.
Oh yeah, that's a birdie look. We got 2 birdie looks here.
Yeah, two different pins, two different birdie looks.
It's all right. Last
Um,
count. Just how many? Get in there. Oh, don't tell me. Oh man. Is Survivor your like number one as far as like reality TV or like ongoing TV series? I'll say like outside of like a like a Marvel or Disney type Star Wars rather.
Yeah, I haven't watched from the beginning. She was a fan, and when we first started, um, like dating or whatever, um,
We'll go with whatever.
I don't, she didn't really. I don't think she had like cable or something, and so a lot of times like she'd come over, and I would just like record it, and she'd come over and watch it, and a lot of it was like me going, "What's wrong with these people?
Yeah.
Like, why?" And she'd just be like, I don't know." And then it was always like, I think I watched half. I think the first season I really came in on, uh, what was it? Brains, Bronze, and Beauty.
Mm-hmm. I don't go. My watching doesn't go that far back. I know my wife has been like a big fan since I believe the beginning, but I don't know if there was a lull in there where I'm sure like throughout college or something like that she wasn't watching everything, but very well could have been. Oh, is this drivable par four too? Okay, we got another scoring hole.
And so, um, yeah, I think as long as I've been watching, they've all been in Fiji.
Gotcha. Too much.
I've gone back and watched older seasons. I didn't watch a lot or go through all of them,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because to me, I felt like there were some seasons I knew who won, and to me, I felt like it was pointless to watch that season. I was like, well, I
Oh,
already
okay.
know who
Yeah, yeah,
won.
yeah. Right, right, right. Well,
Um,
if they had like a
but there
dominating
were,
season, it could be like fun to watch and see how they won, perhaps. But yeah, it does. So much of it is the suspense, right? So it definitely takes away a good portion.
yeah, like there was a couple of them. Um, I watched. I think there was a couple. Like I think I knew Rob had won,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know what season he had won.
Oh yeah, and he had been there what 3 times or however many times.
He had
Yeah.
been there like a few times. But also on Hulu, I think because I watched them on Hulu, and it was really weird because Hulu had season one, and then it skipped to like season 13. Like 2 through 12 weren't available.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like
and
weird
so
shows like that have like 40 seasons plus, like they always have missing seasons. You can never just go and you have the full library, and I don't know why that is. It's super annoying.
the you want to hear something really annoying?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Is that some seasons didn't even have full seasons.
Oh my god,
It
like what
would
are you
literally be
doing?
like episode 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, and then you're like, why are there episodes missing out of the season?
Right.
Like I thought I was going crazy because stuff would happen. I'd be like, wait, what happened to what's her face?
Yeah.
Where, what do you, why is, what? And so, I don't know. I remember hitting Survivor up or something on Twitter and was like, why are there episodes missing? Like, you don't even have the full seasons on here. And it
Yeah.
was some like thing with rights or something. I don't,
Oh, okay. Yeah, like different people owned it at different times. That's kind of what I was thinking. It must be like it makes so little sense to have it spaced out all over the place. And like I remember like something silly like my son was into Paw Patrol for the longest time. I'm like, all right, well, what streaming platform is this on? And then we can just start from season one, episode one, and then like go through instead of just like whatever random episode is on TV each day. And you know, like it's spaced out and all over the place, and half of them, you know, with ads, don't have ads, and then there's missing seasons. I'm like, what is this? I just, you know, I'm just trying to get the kids some Paw Patrol here, you know? Like, shouldn't be a hard
Yeah.
process.
I mean, but is there like a storyline to Paw Patrol? Is he like, hey, how come
Yeah,
the
I mean,
firefighter has a daughter?
I know. It for sure. But I mean, even like Sesame Street is at least on HBO, and I don't know if they have all like 70 seasons or whatever it is, but
Yeah.
and that's kind of another one. What a weird whole like green. Um,
And
it's just like, but if you have random ones, can you not just have them all? Like what? But I guess there's legal stuff, but obviously it would apply to, you know, shows that we're watching as well. Let's see.
um, but yeah, Survivor. Survivor. I like the fact that like a lot of the Marvel and Star Wars shows and all that stuff come
Go
out
in.
on Disney Plus.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I think there's a lot of times like
Mm,
when they start going, I hate like look, we go to the movies to escape realism.
right.
So when there's a lot of stuff like I feel like the Captain America has been screwed over by so much stuff from their first show or from the show, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like it was just a mess because COVID happened. So they were doing reshoots. A lot of their storylines dealt with a pandemic, which they reshot because they didn't want to have to. Oh, it's too much similarities between COVID and what's happening in the show, and it's like, who cares? Um, like when I would see a show, and if they wanted to, whatever, but I felt like they didn't need to. When I would see a show and they're like, hey, COVID's happening. And it's like, why does COVID need to be happening in the show also?
Right. Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
There's no reason for Brooklyn Nine-Nine to also have COVID. So it just kind of, it's like, let me just watch a show. You can, I get, and then it just makes it seem weird because now they're having to explain everything, and it's like just either don't do the show or don't worry about it. You're in a completely different universe than we are.
Mm,
You don't have to have COVID. You don't have to explain everything away. Um, so you know the whole thing, and then everything with Jonathan Majors pushed everything back, changed storylines. Just I felt like after everything happened, it was always around Captain America, and
don't hit this tree.
it
Get
just
through. Go through.
ruined a lot of it. Oh, it did not
No.
go through. Oh no, it's up to me. The weight is on my shoulders.
I go. Okay. That tree's still gonna be in the way. Not that
At
far
least
away.
you might be able to hook it around.
Damn, I was going for it because I figured we might need an eagle, but
Well, I'm gonna go for it.
send it. All right, avoiding the tree. Just get up.
Oh, it just didn't.
Right into
Did
the
that
ditch.
wind hold me up? Because I didn't think it was that bad of a hit.
Yeah. I think it was like 10,
The
11.
power was. Oh wow.
Yeah. think that goes the
It's that
challenge, but
14 mile
we're
an
gonna play it
hour
out and see what
wind.
happens. You never know. Well, that's certainly safe.
Certainly, certainly.
All right, let's see here. Any other big plans over the summer, or you know, just kind of putzing along? Did you mention at the beginning? I don't know if it was offline or anything. You have a daughter, is that correct? Or
I do not have a daughter.
oh, I thought you
Who
said
told you
something
that?
about a daughter, but maybe I misheard something at the beginning. So I was gonna wish you a
Yeah.
happy belated Father's
No.
Day if that was the
No.
case, but um,
No. Happy Father's Day. Oh, was this you just fishing for me to tell you Happy
oh,
Father's
thank you,
Day?
thank you. Yes, that's exactly what that was. We'll go with that.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
Oh man, I didn't think so, but I thought for whatever reason
Oh
heard that
no,
beginning.
my friend's daughter
Oh, maybe that's what it
gave
was.
me that um face, the
Ah,
head,
okay. That was the
and I
miscommunication.
want to be clear that I said gave me the head. My
Yeah,
friend's
yeah,
daughter
correct.
did not give me.
Noted. Let's not mix those words together. Oh boy, but okay. Clearing that up. Any other big plans for the summer or ongoing for the year?
No, not right now. Wanted to do a trip, but that might have to wait. I wanted to go back to DC because she wanted to go.
Yeah.
Um,
Hold it. No, good bid.
dude, I can't. I feel like they're not checking up like they usually do.
So this is weird. I feel like I have the same pin as you here, and this is could have been the confusion on like the first handful of holes. Front left pin. I'm fairly certain that's exactly where mine is too. We'll see. Maybe it's not exactly the same, but close enough. All right. We're at least in for par. So we might need a birdie eagle or something. I don't know. There you go.
But yeah, that trip probably wouldn't have been until next year, anyways. Over the summer,
Hmm.
I just work, and it sucks because she's been at her job for so long.
Sure.
Um,
Oh,
that
drivable
like
four.
she's got like vacation time that she can't even get to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because she doesn't work for a small. She works for a hospital,
Mm-hmm.
but her department is small that she can't like constantly be taking vacation time like we were talking about earlier.
Sure.
You know, there's like what, like eight of them, I think. You know, maybe 10. There's I doubled their staff. There's 5 of them.
Gotcha. Oh, be nice. Be nice. Bite
So
and
you
don't go off
know,
the back. Come back off. Come back down. Come back down. Don't stick. There it is. Okay, we could get an eagle. There is a chance.
so a lot of the time she's like taking vacation, and me just starting there. Well, you know, 3 years in, I'm not. I'm like slowly accruing
Right.
vacation
Right.
time.
Yeah.
I would say the only good thing is I don't really call out a lot or take a lot of time off.
Mm-hmm.
I just need you to get
Oh.
over. I don't really.
All right. Yeah, you could hold this out of a bunker. Never
I
know.
could. Okay, but hitting it kind of far. So let me.
Back at all? Nope.
How does that still go that? I don't understand it.
Going. Oh. All right.
So those were checking. So, you know, I build up sick time and vacation time. I like to just have enough to where if I were to take a week off, I still have
Yeah.
a week,
Yeah.
you know, or if I wanted to take some time off, I don't like to be like fully depleting my vacation or sick time. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. What a putt.
There it is.
What a beautiful putt.
I believe that gives us a chance with a birdie on the last, but I'll have to run the numbers.
Um but I always feel bad like calling out because we used to have a cap. They used to have a cap, and I don't know if it changed because I've been there so long or if they just decided to change it. But they used to have a cap of like 80 hours of sick time. So in my head, I'm like, well, I have to call out because now I'm not accruing anything. I'm just working like a chump.
Look at this hole. Of course, he puts us a painful hole to end it. God dang it. So, yes, birdie wins the challenge, and we should have combined best ball 59, but I have a feeling this is like the #1 handicap, so good luck to us. Just be enough to get to the fairway. All right. Okay, we got to look at it. Tough fairway to hit here.
All right, let's look at this hole.
Driver can certainly go long, and it looks like long is OB. I didn't check if it was OB, but it certainly looked like it would be. Going right for it. Oh, yeah. Well, that's in play.
In the light, ooh.
Nest this one right in there. Oh,
Come on, win.
not so much. This
Yeah,
certainly was not as easy as I thought
where are
this
you
course
going?
could
You
have
going to
been.
the
All right, let's see.
I don't understand how I'm so bad with this.
So you've been grinding Warzone. You haven't been playing much of this, huh?
I have not. I have not been playing a lot of this. I've been playing way more Warzone.
You have a
But
crew that you've
Minto
been
and I have
playing with?
recently been um, some golf recently because he just got it.
Sit.
But yeah, normally, I mean, on Fridays I play with this dude Sack and
You
Keezy
play
usually
with
on
a dude's
Fridays, and then
sack?
throughout. Yeah, I play with the dude Sack. Oh my god, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that is a behemoth of a tree. Play the bank
It's a
shot.
fucking Cerberus. Take it through there at least.
Yeah, well, advanced it.
Advanced placement.
Yeah.
Um, but usually throughout the week, I actually play with Minto a lot on Warzone. Minto and his brother.
Mm,
Um,
nice. You still hitting the go live button?
I do not as often as I do or want to. Come on, just go. I just try to dunk it in. That was my problem.
It's all right. Take your time.
Oh no, I mean I took my time. My plan was to just dunk it in.
Yeah.
A lot of the times on the chips coming off the thing, I feel like if I could just hit it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to stream more. It's just they've been scheduling me a lot of like shifts that are like 11 to 7, 12 to 8 or somewhere around there. So then when I get home, kind of want to spend time with her. And then by the time I'm get done, she goes to bed at like 10.
Sure.
And then I feel like a lot of times even if I get off at 10, then it's like, do I want to start streaming at 11? Because
Right.
there's a lot of times I'll start streaming, I feel fine, and then I sit down and start streaming, and I'm like, I'm ready to pass out. So then it's like, I feel weird. I don't know about you, but I don't know how you feel about like time of stream. Like I like to at least stream for like 3 hours.
The duration of the stream, you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I feel like 2 hours just isn't long enough. Like you could put, hey, I'm having a short stream. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if I stream, I want to stream it for at least 3 hours. So then if I start streaming at like 11, I'm getting off at 2 and I still kind of want to unwind at that point where I'm like, I still kind of want to watch TV. And then
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just up all night.
I think and by the way, we did just hit the 59 with that putt. So nicely done.
That was all you, man.
Well,
I had one birdie, I think.
you had two. You had two, but I think they
Oh, did
came
that
in
too?
clutch. We wouldn't have done it without them. I got carried a few in this series, and I've carried a few times. Moose, that's why I have my chiropractor appointment tomorrow. I completely carried Moose, so, um, you know, it goes back and forth. It goes both ways, and it's all about just having fun and going out on the course. But yeah, I
Oh,
mean, as
yeah.
far as the streaming goes, I mean, I always found it is the consistency of the day of the week helps a lot. Or if there's like a rotating, fluctuating day, at least the consistent start time. So that was,
Yeah.
um, perhaps like the biggest thing for me rather than the duration. I do agree. Like if you're north of 2 hours, like I don't feel like it's not. Um, I think two is plenty. Like even 1.5 if you have like a main purpose of what you're doing. If you're just
Yeah.
doing Warzone, it's hey, I'm playing 5 games tonight as opposed to the typical 10 or whatever. I mean, I don't know the correct timeline of how long a game takes. I suppose it's how long you last,
Well,
but yeah,
it depends on how good you
yeah,
do.
exactly. Um, and then sometimes you just go with the flow, like, oh, you're on a win streak, you got to keep ride the wave, right? So
Yeah.
those type of games, like as long as the start day or time is somewhat of consistency, then that's kind of where I go, and that was always my thing with my content and my course of the day things. Like I try to have one every day, and it's at the same time every day too that I try to post it. So in this series, I'm going to have some consistency, but you know, um, people like routine. I feel so, but
Yeah.
got to do what's right for you
There's
too.
a lot of there's a lot of stuff I feel like I need to get out of my way on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I get in my head about well, these streamers are doing this, and these, I don't want to say I'm so worried about what they're doing, but I get in my head of like, oh, well, they have this and they got that. Like, I need to get something. It's like not realizing that a lot of them built up to that.
Sure.
As far as like, well, when they first started, they weren't sound effects and all of this stuff happening, and I think I got in my way of like trying to push myself so fast up the streaming ladder,
Mm-hmm.
per se, to where I was just like, oh, I can't compete with this or that, but I just need to, get out of my head and just be like, just stream,
Yeah.
just stream, do what you do, and just
And it's also it's getting in the reps too. You get more comfortable. I mean, kind of talking in this environment. I mean, even I think this is 7 episodes in at this point, somewhere around that ballpark. Um, Talking to people, and even after having the Red Fast Review podcast and having that type of format and streaming myself, it's all those different avenues that lead to where I am now, where it's getting those reps in, and I feel more and more comfortable of hitting the go live, hitting the record button, talking to different people, and we've been going on over an hour now, and I wasn't even the least bit worried about having like dead air or no conversation. I mean, I was very excited to, talk it up with you tonight and, get to learn a little bit more about each other and, just catch up on things. And I felt like we could do another 18 relatively easy. It's just we have a lot of different areas of interest that we might share. And, um, it's all
that
those things come with muscle memory and repetition.
that's one of my biggest things too. Is I get in my head about, uh, especially playing like Warzone,
Mm-hmm.
like golf. It was a little bit easier because the flow isn't as fast, or I would say you don't have to be as focused on the game. So like if I'm playing Warzone, look, I don't have a big stream, so I'm not having a lot of people in my chat. So there's not a lot going on. So then I felt like I don't talk to myself, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So a
yeah.
lot of the times I'd just be sitting there and it's just this.
Yeah, you just like, I hope I'm not
And then I
drooling.
get I get in my head about like, oh, I guess I need to be talking or describing, like, or whatever. Like I don't, well, what should I be saying? Whereas like with golf, I could just be like, oh man, I need to get this shot. Let me see if I can
Sure.
if I could get this over here. But with like Warzone, I always find myself like
Well,
just into the game is because I'd be playing solos. Um, so it's like, I'd like to have somebody in the chat or something there.
sure.
I'm like, well, what do I do? And
I mean,
like I said, I just got in my own head with things.
in those type of circumstances where it's largely competitive driven, like you're playing a solo, you're trying to win, or like unless you were trying to do some crazy non necessarily win type event during the stream, like where I don't know, you were trying to pull off some crazy glitch, or I don't know, whatever you might be doing, like a jump off a building in a certain manner or something funny like that, you have to actually describe
360
it.
no scope everybody.
Yeah, yeah, like just something ridiculous. Then I mean, I think the gameplay kind of speaks for itself on a lot of those circumstances. Golf is certainly the more social aspect, and it's why it's my favorite type of environment. Whether it's real life or virtual, having these just casual conversations, it's so friendly to be able to do that. And like, yeah, we take little brief pauses, we might want to concentrate on a shot here or there, but it's so easy to
Yeah.
toggle back and forth between our conversation and the gameplay. And it it requires more talking in that regard too. So other games like that, like Warzone, people are tuning in, they almost want to see the gameplay more often than not. They're not necessarily, the streamer themselves, oftentimes are a draw, but you kind of build that personality up over time, whether it's, you know, a poor
Yeah.
reaction to this or that, and it's, you know, being yourself, be organic, you know, and over time, you know, I think you'll be happy with, you know, any sort of progress that you get.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to just start get also like I feel bad like because she's always like, "Are you streaming?" I'm like, "No." So there's a lot of times I'll like wait till she's either gone, like if she's gonna go do something, or she goes to bed. But then I hate like if she's like, "Well, I'm gonna go do this, and you can stream while I'm gone." But then I'm like, "Well, I don't want you to have to leave." You know what I mean? I don't want you to leave the house just because I'm gonna stream.
Right, right, right.
Like,
Yeah,
so, um,
it all
but
comes into play.
a lot of there's so much stuff. It's I just need to win the lotto. That's what it comes
There
down
you
to.
go. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I just need to win the lotto. But now the
One
lotto's
time.
gone up to like $5 a ticket.
Oh God, inflation's hitting us everywhere.
Yeah, they had some. I don't know. A higher. They're like, you have a higher chance of winning with a more expensive ticket. And I was like, do I?
Yeah.
Seems like the odds would still be the same.
Yeah. You just buy more
So
tickets. But
yeah,
all right, well, I'm gonna wrap it at least for the pod here. I'll stay on and certainly chat with you. But this has been a lot of fun catching up, and I really appreciate you coming on. I'm glad we played this course. I thought it was a fun ride, and we certainly
beautiful course.
yeah, yeah. Arctic Fury almost never misses, and I think he really showcased a lot of the fun tools and his full capability in this one. So highly recommend checking out Ascension Bay Golf Club. I'm sure I'll have a video out by the time this is posted, anyways, on the course reviewing it. But yeah, we'll see everyone next time. And thanks again, Jeff.
Hey, appreciate being asked to be on here, man. Thank you.